Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. So Gran Turismo 7 update 1.49 finally has a reveal date officially confirmed. That's right, it's not actually going to be a release date this time, but a reveal date for an update. And also this time around it doesn't come from the likes of Twitter or a leak or anything like that, it comes from Polyphony themselves. Now I believe this is the first time that Polyphony have gone and done this ever since GT7 actually launched. Even when we've had the World Series finals in November or December of 22 and 23, they've never actually gone ahead and revealed a full update in a presentation, but this time around they are. So all the official Twitter accounts for Gran Turismo this morning, no matter which nation you are from, went ahead and posted this July update information, patch 1.49 to be introduced in the live broadcast of the World Series 2024 round 1. And of course this does take place in Montreal, Canada. So a lot of us were under the assumption that June 2024 would be the time for update 1.49, but of course this has been the first skipped month of the year. Up until that point we had every single month with a Gran Turismo 7 update. That then stopped for this month, and it does seem that it's going to come at a bit of a different time frame in line with the World Series, and a lot of people did go ahead and predict this. I assumed if last weekend we didn't go ahead and get the silhouettes, that something would be in the works and cooking up ready for the July 6th event of the Gran Turismo World Series, and that does seem to be the case with the official reveal of what's up ahead for update 1.49 now being officially confirmed by Polyphony themselves to be revealed at that event. If you've been around the Gran Turismo 7 scene for a while, you will know around this time last year we got the leaks based upon Montreal, Canada coming to Gran Turismo 7. However, that never appeared. In fact, I was under the impression once the November update rolled around, with of course Late Louise set in Canada being released, that may have just been a placeholder name. Then of course we got the official locations for the World Series, and lo and behold, good old Montreal popped up, which seemed like the perfect time to reveal that track if those leaks were to come true. And I'm pretty much assuming that this will be the case. It's the most logical way to go ahead and reveal a racetrack in the location that you're going ahead and hosting a World Series event. So whilst this is officially not confirmed that it is Montreal for definite, as there has been a few rumours floating around of leaked tracks over the last year or so, it does seem like the most logical explanation for that Montreal leak over a year ago, with it finally being launched for the July update, or update 1.49, of course being revealed in Montreal itself. I mean, of course, every Gran Turismo fan knows that Polyphony doesn't always do the most logical thing at the time, but this will probably almost certainly be the case. It really has to be, or at least anything, it does seem like this will certainly be a track and a fairly sizable update. So maybe things are heading in the right direction for update 1.49, considering this is the first time they've done a full reveal for an event, something that they didn't even do with the Spec 2 update. Whilst I'm probably assuming this won't be the biggest update of all time, it does confirm that there must be some features in there that Polyphony are certainly proud of showing off to a live event and audience. Now, a little bit of a side note when it comes to the whole Montreal leak over a year ago. Now, usually when we've seen these leaks, it typically happens that a few months later that track will actually go ahead and appear. It was the same thing that happened with the Nordschleife layouts that eventually did come to Gran Turismo 7. I believe they were leaked in around about November or December of 2022 and did eventually come around about 4 months later. Now of course this didn't happen with Montreal, but from what I can gather, all of the early tracks and layouts that were actually added to Gran Turismo 7 up until I believe Road Atlanta were all being made around the GT Sport days, so they were in the works for a very long while. And for me that very much confirms that Montreal must have been in, you know, a fairly early phase or kind of mid phase if it was originally leaked back into the summer of 2023, and we're probably only going to see it in 2024. pretty much confirming that making tracks for Gran Turismo 7 is no quick and easy feat. Again, considering all of the early post-launch tracks that came to the game, same with layouts, were all in the works for what seems like the longest time, and from the GT Sport days, means that, well, it's probably going to be another fair wait between tracks becoming modelled and leaked and then eventually seeing them in game, considering they don't have a backlog of tracks ready for GT7 anymore. Of course, they've all been and gone. So as far as I'm aware, Montreal was the only one that actually had its game file leaked. However, there has been rumours like the likes of Motegi being hinted at by a Super GT driver, so I'm pretty much certain this has to be a track of some sort. It would totally make sense, it's been a long time, and of course why hype up a full update reveal if it wasn't to be what players have been asking for. In terms of other update content, who really knows? So be sure to tune into the World Series finals in just over a week's time to check out what's with update 1.49. Take care, guys.